Welcome to Street Moto Z. We're going to try some cone weave today. And we've got a 2023 Kawasaki Vulcan S. And also a 2023 BMW R1250GS. See how we do. Here we have set up a level 1 cone weave. We have 10 cones spaced 15 feet apart, and the width of each one of these is 3 feet, so that's level 1. I'm on the Vulcan S. Mike is on the BMW R1250GS. And that's really a nice bike, by the way. I like that bike. This is the first time I've tried the cone weave with the Vulcan S, and a lot of what I learned on the Ninja 650 does spill over into riding the Vulcan S. But there's some differences I was having to compensate for. The handlebar width is wider, and so it feels like I'm really whipping the handlebars really far. The idle on this motorcycle was a little bit lower than what I have on my Ninja 650. This Vulcan S is idling at about 1,000 RPMs, and it probably needs to be bumped up to about 1,200 to make it a little bit smoother. When you are in the friction zone, it won't be as choppy on the power, so I'll probably make that adjustment to this bike. I didn't have any problem going through the cone weave on level 1 with the Vulcan S. I was doing pretty good. And this is Mike's first time to go through this weave on the BMW. And I mean, that is just a really nice bike. At first, I think he was missing a few, but he was trying to get the hang of it, and he was being careful not to run over one of these cones, which is probably really smart. He's somewhat of a beginner motorcycle rider, but at the same time, he's not a beginner because he used to ride dirt when he was younger. And he took a long break from riding motorcycles. About 2 months ago, he got this BMW motorcycle and is starting to ride again. And as you can see, he really picked it up quick. I think his muscle memory that he's worked on for the past couple months, and then privy to that when he rode dirt, really helped him out a good bit. So I'm making it through here good. And Mike's doing pretty good too. I think I could have done a level 2 on this Vulcan S. I haven't even tried level 3 yet, which is 7 feet wide on the cone weave. Level 2 is 5 feet wide. I think I could do the 5 foot wide on this Vulcan S. The wheelbase is a little bit longer than my Ninja 650, so it's a little bit different. Here I go again. I think I've made pretty much everything on every one of the weaves. I did run over one cone with a back tire. Just because your front tire goes around doesn't mean your back tire goes around, so you have to leave a little bit of room for your back tire to make it around. Mike's on the BMW, yeah, he just knocks it out. Then we did a quick stop, and again, the quick stop on this is you bring your motorcycle up to 20 miles per hour in second gear, and once your front wheel reaches the 2 blue cones, you do a quick stop. You don't want to slide your front, your back tires at all, and you want to make sure you're in first gear by the time you stop so you can be ready to go. And that's in case if you're in a real world situation and you do a quick stop behind somebody and you see somebody coming behind you, you don't want to get hit from behind, and you want to be back in first gear and ready to go and get out of that situation. And Mike is making this look really easy on the BMW. I'm doing pretty good on the Vulcan S. I'm able to stop before the yellow cone a good bit, and every time before the red cone. The red cone is level 1, the yellow cone is level 2. And of course, Mike can stop before the yellow cone really easily. The Vulcan S does not have ABS, so I can slide the back tire. The BMW R1250GS does have ABS, and it is really smooth on the stops, the goes. When you accelerate, when you let off the throttle, there's no jerkiness that happens. Really smooth. So we're practicing these quick stops. I think this was Mike's first time to do these quick stops, and because he rode dirt earlier, it was pretty easy for him. I think he had to get it back in first gear here. Didn't have it in first gear by the time he stopped, and I think I just followed suit and had the same issue. I forgot to get it back in first gear. There we go, first gear, go. Great stop. And he's ready to roll really quick. All right, this is the level 2 circle. This is a 30-foot diameter circle, and I'm on the Vulcan S going clockwise here. And I cut the corner. This is my first time on the Vulcan S trying this 30-foot circle. And the wheelbase on it is a little bit longer than the Ninja 650, so that adds a little bit of difficulty to it for me. Also, the idle speed is lower, and so when I'm playing inside the friction zone, the power is a little choppy. I'm going to adjust the idle speed to about 1200 RPMs. And Mike comes in with the BMW R1250GS, and he makes this look easy. I think a big part of why this bike's so good is it's so smooth, and it's very nimble and light too, by the way. So I'm on the Vulcan S, going counterclockwise, and I start to get the hang of it. The handlebar is a little bit wider, so I have to kind of get used to that. My arm on the outside is stretched all the way out on this turn. I'm trying to counter lean the bike, meaning my body is not leaning with the turn, it's leaning a bit against the turn. And here's Mike on the BMW. And he cut that one a little bit short. So he's getting the hang of this. This is Mike's first time to do a circle ride. So riding inside 30 feet, this is his first time. He hasn't done this before, and he's doing really, really good. So I'm coming in for my clockwise turn, focusing over my right shoulder here, trying to look as far as I can for the next white cone, the next white cone, the next white cone, and making the turn tight. But I don't want to get too close to the blue cone. And here I get a little bit wide, so I slow down using the friction zone and make it good. And Mike comes in on the BMW for his clockwise turn. And he really turns it nice and tight here. I think a 20-foot circle would be in order for him. But this is his first time, and he's doing really good. First time for this maneuver, this exercise. He's really doing good and making it look easy. So I'm coming in, I'm going to try to make it look hard. No, it's not too bad. I think I figured out a little bit more on how to move the bike in a circle. Every bike is a little bit different. Did a foot stomp there. I think I got a little bit too slow with the clutch, and so I just bailed out of that one. I think Mike came in here, got a little tight on the circle, but he just tightens it up really tight. Look how small of a circle he's making. That's awesome. And he goes around 5 times, I think. Good job. So I'm doing my clockwise rotation. Trying to keep the motorcycle balanced, trying to keep the speed right with the friction zone on the clutch, and trying to look over my right shoulder here as far as I can. And Mike on the BMW. Here's a picture of the Vulcan S 2023 looking really sharp, and there's a picture of the R1250GS BMW 2023. It looks really good, doesn't it? Hope you like this video. Like and subscribe. And remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the ride, baby. Still got my Dragonfly, buddy.